Hi everyone. So we are right now in London Heathrow Airport. We are heading to Reykjavik, Iceland. I thought to log a video for this. What do you call it? A trip.
Trip of fire and ice.
Yeah, trip of fire and ice. It's Iceland is called the land of fire and ice. So let's see how it goes.
We had planned for a 3-day trip in which we would mostly cover southern Iceland, close to Reykjavik. It's a 3-hour journey from London to Keflavik Airport in Reykjavik. So after a 10-minute walk, we reached our boarding gate to depart to Iceland.
We are in Keflavik Airport now. It's in Reykjavik. We are going to collect our baggage currently.
Before collecting the bags, I went through the duty-free terminal. The currency used here is Icelandic krona. Although the value of krona when pegged to a pound is much less, we found Iceland to be pretty expensive. I've already bought the drinks from Heathrow duty-free airport, which I found much more cheaper, so I would recommend to buy the necessary things before traveling to Iceland. Thanks to Vivek, he has already collected our bags and we hopped on to a bus from the airport to Lemur Square, which took around an hour due to harsh weather conditions.
Well, that's the first time coming across a snowstorm.
After getting down from the bus, we had to take a van which dropped us in Lemur Square. Good to see that the country has transport services even at 1 a.m. We had a bit of struggle to find the hotel which was right next to us.
Yeah.
Paid already, that's good. And these are for you. That's the Wi-Fi in case you need it. So, you guys are in room 309. Around the corner here.
Okay.
A couple of steps down, a little bit up to the 3rd floor. Choose an empty beds and hang this on the hook next to the bed, okay?
Okay.
That's the keys to open up the front door as well.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm going to be here all night if there are any questions. And across the road, 24-hour shop,
Okay. Cool. Thank you. Sit across and go down. Yeah. Steps down onward. Couple of steps down. I do a lift. Okay, here we go. This is the first view of the dorm that we stayed yesterday night. Let's see outside how it looks. There's a snowfall. There's a snowfall. Okay, so today we are covering the Golden Tour. It's well popular here in Iceland. So as a tourist, we'll be covering all those places first. Like there's a hot geyser and there is a waterfall. And what's the final place? There's one waterfalls. I don't know how to spell it. And then there's this hot geyser. And then yeah, crater is the one which erupts like every 7 minutes or something. Once in every 7 minutes. Okay. There's machines out there clearing the snow. See? Oh, the snowfall has just increased. The way from airport to the hotel room was, pretty wild. Let's see how the day goes.
So we started day 1 of our 3-day Iceland tour. We'll be covering the Golden Circle today. We were a bit worried that snowfall would disrupt our day plans. The first best view we had in Iceland was the mountains meeting the sea, and I could still recall that moment now. We are at our first stop of the day, that is at Geysir Hot Spring, and we are greeted with the distinctive smell of sulfur. There are two prominent geysers here, mainly the Great Geyser, from which the word geyser is formed, and next is Strókar, which erupts on average of 6 minutes. Iceland is so fascinating from a geological perspective. It is one of the most active volcanic regions on Earth. The vast amount of natural geothermal heat generated provides more energy than the country ever needs. It also creates Iceland's trademark natural hot springs and geothermal pools all over the country like this one. Speaking about Iceland, it doesn't have many people living there. The biggest city is Reykjavik, and around 65% of the population lives there. In winter, it's tough to reach the northern parts of Iceland, and sometimes those areas become really isolated from the rest of the island. Iceland is there because of a big crack in the oceanic floor called the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. This is where Eurasian and North American tectonic plates meet. The country is still growing a little every year because the crack is getting wider at places where the plates meet. We are at our second stop of the day, that is Gullfoss Falls, another stunning location with great views. The waterfall has two parts. The first drop is 11 meters tall, and the second one is 21 meters. In the past, there were plans to use the waterfall for hydroelectricity, but the farmer's daughter, who owned this piece of land, strongly disagreed and fought to keep the waterfall safe. Her hard work paid off, and the hydroelectric project was cancelled. By the way, did you know that Iceland gets 99% of its energy from renewable resource? Around 70% comes from hydro, and the rest mainly from geothermal energy. During summer, we can usually walk down close to the waterfalls. It's not allowed in winters due to the slippery ground and the probability of not knowing the borders. So we are in the Thingvellir National Park. It is situated on the boundary between the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates, which are gradually moving apart. Thingvellir also has cultural and historical importance. It was the site of Iceland's first parliament, which was established in 930 AD and met annually until 1798. The parliament was held in the open air, and it was here that the Iceland's early settlers would gather to make laws, settle disputes, and socialize. Right now, we are walking between the tectonic plates. We can see cliffs and cracks that have been created over thousands of years. The country is still growing a little wider every year because the crack is getting wider at places where the plates meet. Thingvellir National Park also has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 2004, and it is one of Iceland's most popular tourist destinations. Visitors can also go for hiking, fishing, and camping in the park, and there are also guided tours as well. For adventure seekers, there is also scuba diving option available nearby in Silfra, which has the world's clearest water. Visiting Iceland during winters offers its own advantages and disadvantages. On the positive side, the entire island undergoes a transformation into an Arctic desert, creating a dramatic and unique atmosphere. The unpredictability of the weather adds to the allure of the experience. However, a drawback of traveling during this season is the limited daylight hours and extended nights, which can restrict your travel activities. On the other hand, traveling summer has its own benefits. The ease of access is much higher, with options to rent a vehicle and explore Iceland. This is not recommended during winters though, as some areas become extremely remote due to heavy snow and ice, making travel challenging. Additionally, summer provides more opportunities to observe wildlife, especially for birdwatchers who come to see the cute little puffins. Despite all considerations, the primary reason for my visit to Iceland was to witness the Northern Lights, which have a high chance of occurring during winter months. To see the Northern Lights at their best, you need to plan carefully. Check the moon cycles and the weather beforehand. Cloudy skies and a full moon can spoil the view, so good planning is important to enjoy this amazing sight.
So we finished our golden tour and now we are in Reykjavik seaside. I'm next to the sea right now. As you can see the sea behind. Yeah, there is Vivek taking the photographs. We can see the beautiful Reykjavik and the mountains behind me. So it's a beautiful place, it's a beautiful city. Tonight we are going for Northern Lights tour.
After walking along the shoreline for a while, we explored the city center of Reykjavik, admiring its charming streets with colorful houses and a good blend of modern and traditional architecture, as well as coming across various graffiti. After reaching our hotel room, we went to the Northern Lights tour at 9:30 p.m. It was a different experience altogether. I do not have much video footage for that, but here are some great pictures shot by Vivek. Thanks for watching the video guys. I'm eagerly waiting for your comments. Next video coming soon.